that expert to go and visit the villages.
Okay.
And they came back, they made us sit, they gave us samosa, tea, but nobody showed us the registers. किसी ने कहा वो सरपंच मंडी गया है, किसी ने कहा वो उधर गया है, अभी ला रहा है. मैंने कहा they will never show because it does not exist. Digitize the panchayats also.
Right.
Now so this Samagra, eventually it went to 8 states adopted it. And now it's functioning very well in the 8 states. The panchayat needs to modify more and more. So what we did in panchayats is, first of all, we said you will not have any checkbook, no cash transaction. Everything you will make digital transaction. Keep on correcting if there is a mistake. Right, that okay, I am failing on this particular ground. Maybe my approach is wrong. I need this kind of a correction.
Right.
Or maybe this particular village or clan or a society is getting left out every time. So if you remember the slogan of SDGs, no one is left behind.
Left behind, right.
It's very clear. So the efforts have to be how to reach the last person in queue,
Right.
who is not going to approach at all.
Yeah.
He is out.
Yeah.
So you have to get hold of that person and bring up. Your canvas is 1.43 billion population.
Yes.
One good decision, you are looking that the entire stakeholder or the client has to get benefits out of it.
Right.
When you work in a corporate, you are looking at the profits of the corporate.
Hello and welcome back to Indian Masterminds. We are continuing our conversation with Dr. Aruna Sharma. In this part of the interview, we focus on one of the most impactful phase of our work, how digitization changed governance at the panchayat level. Dr. Sharma shares how technology was taken to the grassroots, making local administration more transparent, efficient, and people-friendly. From data-driven decision-making to empowering village institutions, her model helped bridge the gap between policy and people. In this conversation, we'll understand how simple digital tools brought real change on the ground and reshaped rural governance in India. Hi, ma'am. Welcome to Indian Masterminds. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
I have read that your panchayat level governance model is sometimes cited as transformative and it has been regarded as an example. So, can you tell me like what were the ground level insights that shaped this model and is it scalable in India
Yes,
today?
very much. You see, it happened like this. When we started off with direct benefit transfers through digital payments, one discipline we have to bring in is to have an account to have a common household database.
Right.
So thus the Samagra emerged and it was an approval from the cabinet to sort of bring together schemes which overlap each other or which are similar in nature, because that convergence concept we were anyway pushing. So we thought it's a good opportunity to smoothen it out and get hold of that.
Right.
So we started working on those lines. And then what was done was within 5-kilometer radius, an account of every adult and child was opened. And this 5-kilometer radius was mapped by there is something called district level bankers committee.
Right.
And so in that committee, they mapped it, the bankers and the administrators all put together. Collector is the chair of it. And in that, the post offices, the cooperative banks, and the RRBs and the banks all were included. And areas were identified which did not have any one of them within 5-kilometer radius.
Okay.
So that was the point which was decided that is where the new branch will be opened and offered by the bankers, right? And that was all endorsed at the state level bankers committee, SLBC, what you call it.
Okay.
So this way we mapped and we got everybody's account there. And then we moved to a common household database, which we developed through whatever data was already available through the caste census as well as the 2011 census which was conducted. So based on this databases, the entire database was digitized. And then through the Gram Rojgar Sahayaks in the villages, it was verified. So now we had a very clean kind of an account. And initial 10-12 columns were frozen, which had the details of the household, their caste, their sex, and the caste column was verified by the officers who issued the caste certificate, who maintained that database of caste. So every data was verified. So irrespective, what was different from Aadhaar is in Aadhaar, you can't make out the household. It is individual. So if you are a family, you can't make out. And for all beneficiary schemes, you need to know the household.
Household, right.
You give employment for 100 days to a household. You give scholarships to 2 children of a household.
Right.
The household belongs to an SC, therefore you get ABCD, or ST, you get XYZ. So that was very housing you will get. So all that was very important. So this database was created, and the number were made very logically, because the head of the family will get number 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will continue. New addition to the family, the same will continue with 7 as the unit digit. So like that you continue, and immediately it was linked to all the schemes. The vertical columns were linked to different schemes. Where so somebody is giving a PDS system ration, a new add to the family, they will add on another 5 kg for that family member. If somebody dies, it will be deducted automatically. Right. Similarly to scholarships, similarly to other things. So horizontally, you could make out that what all benefits from the welfare scheme that particular household is getting. So with this readiness of database, of Samagra ingrained, of direct benefit transfer to pay in the account of the individual ingrained, the time had come to now digitize the panchayats also.
Right.
Now, so this Samagra, eventually it went to 8 states adopted it. And now it's functioning very well in the 8 states. The panchayat needs to modify more and more. So what we did in panchayats is, first of all, we said you will not have any checkbook, no cash transaction. Everything you will make digital transaction. So whether you are paying then the Manrega payments, it will be digital. Whether you are buying cement, it will be digital. Whether you are buying something else, it will be digital. So that is the way you are going to go about it.
Right.
All digital payments. So they were up in arms then. But definitely the political bosses and I were in sync. And we told them how it is going to help you. And they went in for digital payments completely. Then, the panchayats were necessary for their audit by the CAG. So they have to maintain too many forms. So that is something we eased out. Panchayats are used to, we got one expert from the CAG, that is that expert, to go and visit the villages.
Okay.
And they came back, they made us sit, they gave us samosa, tea, but nobody showed us the registers. किसी ने कहा वो सरपंच मंडी गया है, किसी ने कहा वो उधर गया है, अभी ला रहा है. They will never show because it does not exist.
Right.
They are not used to it. They are used to work register and cash register. Only 2 entries they do, and that they do it very well. Right. Now you expect them to maintain the 8 registers with the CAG expects, it is expecting too much of them.
Right.
So then we developed the software that by making just these 2 entries, that is your cash register as well as the work register, the derivative is the 8 information, 8 columns, which the CAG needs. So it became such a good use to the panchayats, and they were so happy about it because now they were transparent. Now they were able to sort of maintain all their records. Now they are not going to get any CAG notices or anything for not auditing or not maintaining the registers. And the 2 things motivated them, which came as a surprise to us. The Mahila Sarpanch and SC/ST Sarpanch, who were comparatively less educated, were very happy about it because they say that now the whole track of money is there. Now nobody can accuse us of bungling or doing anything wrong. Not that they became overnight very honest. They must be taking something in advance from the cement supplier or reti supplier. But at least in the accounts part of it, every pie has been taken care of. So nobody can accuse them of that. So they were very happy about it. And nobody can say that they have not paid the pensions or things have not got, because now everything is going into the account of the individuals. All the payments were going into the account of the individuals. So they were very happy about it. There was another thing which was also coming out equally strong at that time was that, the panchayats were also started geotagging their works. So that also became a very good thing. And this Gram Rojgar Sahayak was well trained to handle these databases. So they were able to feed the data, assist the panchayat, and go ahead and do it. So they felt empowered in the business. So their initial resistance went away. Then next biggest motivating factor came is, initially what was happened, the audit of panchayat was just stamping the passbooks. They had, suppose they were handling 80 schemes. So
Mhm.
there were 80 passbooks. It was cross-verified with the banks and stamped. That's all.
Mhm.
But many schemes were dead 5 years back, 8 years back.
Right.
The scheme is closed, but
Mhm.
some amount is remaining.
Mhm.
So what was done here in this entire process? We engaged the chartered accountant firms,
Okay.
dividing the entire state into 9 zones,
Mhm.
and they went and audited all the records of each of the panchayats. Right. So in that audit, you will be amazed to know we found surplus of money in the process of closed schemes, money lying around, everything. And there were many big size incomplete projects because halfway the money didn't come and they could not complete.
Mhm.
So this money was then put into the district planning committee
Mhm.
and given and empowered to use it for completing the incomplete projects where the money flow has stopped coming.
Mhm.
So this gave a very big impetus to complete all the projects. You had big mandi buildings coming up, you had other things coming up. So all this dead money was put to use.
Okay.
Yeah. And with this digital payments, when all departments started participating in Samagra,
Mhm.
something very strong came up for scholarships. There was a lot of fraud happening in scholarship
Yeah.
where there were colleges, the student used to enroll into multiple colleges
Mhm.
and claim scholarship from each of them.
Mhm.
Right. So this racket was completely stopped the moment it was digitized.
Mhm.
And that brought in a very big saving,
Mhm.
very big saving. And that money could be used for, say, maybe some other good scheme for
Yeah.
women empowerment or something.
Right.
So the panchayats became digital in their functioning. All their payments went digital. All their works became digital. Geotagging started taking place. That brought in a complete transformation and made it easy for convergence. Because Panchayat gets money, suppose to make a road, you will have the right to work money, which was Manrega before, and now Viksit Bharat, G Ram G kind of a scheme, whatever it is. So that kind of a money you will get it. Then you will get the money from the State Finance Commission. You will get the money from Central Finance Commission. They're all meant for infrastructure, right? So then it was very easy for them to converge and bring it a solid work because everything was digitized. Everything accounting became very easy. So it could be accounted very conveniently how much of which you have used it. And the engineering in chief issued the detailed instructions about it that what work you will book under the work scheme, what materials you will book under State Finance Commission, what you will book, you will converge with any other scheme, and that brought in a lot of transformation. So the village infrastructure improved. Every lane was cement concrete, drains were made, housing was pakka. They could think of good quality sanitation by converging the schemes, and because that increased the amount of money. What was given for a toilet was not enough. But along with that, you converge with the wages of Narega. They work for making their own toilet, they get that money.
Right.
Plus. So that helped to bring in a quality construction and which were used very well.
So
Yes,
yeah,
go
ma'am,
ahead.
complete. No, I wanted to ask you, this model was replicated like in
Yes.
which state?
What happened is the accounting of Panchayat was then taken up by the center, and then they came up with the software where every Panchayat has to enter only the work register and cash register, and all CAG formats will be automated. So that has happened. Ministry of Panchayat and Rural Development has done it very well. So it has escalated to national level.
Okay.
Now, working of Panchayats in a digital way in all developed states, including Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat to some extent have changed this completely.
Okay.
UP and Bihar are still lagging a bit, but then I'm sure they'll catch on.
Yeah. So, okay, ma'am. And lately, you have been talking about a system-based approach using common household data to achieve SDGs. तो पहले तो इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा explain, and also you have been talking about कि SDGs can become more rhetoric. So what kind of shifts you think is required that it go into real change on the ground? So both the questions, if you can answer together.
Absolutely. See, what has happened in SDG, already people have thrown the towel. If you see internationally, every state has said we are not at the level where we should be. Right. We are lagging. We are laggards. By 2030, we will not be able to achieve this. result is going, because it has been having a silo approach.
Hmm.
So here in my work, I have taken this common household database Samagra model, that every country should have a common household database, and then target properly what is needed, because out of 17 SDG, 11 are the one which are touching household. So whether it is poverty, whether it is skilling, whether it is education, all these are linked to each other. So then you can bring in a better targeting from the whatever resources you have, and then grow ahead. So France has moved ahead on this common household database to some extent. Similarly, you have movements in Germany and United Kingdom. They have gone into some extent. In Africa, the database is in worst condition. It is not there at all in many of the states, including South Africa, which is a little better off. So if they adopt this, then their targeting will be better, and what resources they have will be targeted better. So that's why I'm saying that SDG is achievable. It is not like, okay, in 2030, we will stand and say postpone it by another 20 years. All right. What we did for MDGs. In 2015, we could not achieve. So then we came up with SDGs, right? So MDGs were for few nations, but here Millennium Development Goals, but SDGs for everybody. Because inequality in the society has to be sort of brought in to be curtailed. And you have to give equality of opportunity. Same human rights concept coming here very strongly. So the pandemic disrupted it again. So again, threats are to be picked up. And if we want to accelerate, there is no other solution than approaching this through common household database. And you are finding in COP meetings what is happening. Oh, it's all in fights. There's no movement ahead. But the silver lining among this is, besides America, no country has thrown the objective of going for greener climate, Earth. So they are sticking to it. So whether it's Europe, whether it's India, whether it's the Eastern countries, everybody says no. Within our country, this goal will continue, right? So which is a very good silver lining. With that, it is happening. So SDG is something, a pathway for a good humanitarian world society. And for each country, definitely, like we may claim ourselves to be fifth largest economy or fourth largest economy, but unless until it is inclusive, right? Our per capita income is very low, $2,300. It doesn't speak well of us. It doesn't speak well of a country. And then you look at China. China's ambition is to bring up the lowermost ladder as high as possible. So the policies are focusing on it. You skill them, you give them work, you capture the world in manufacturing, move ahead, so that more money flows in their pockets. And more money flows means more spending. Then more demand in the market. The more the cycle, more the manufacturing. So they have become one of the biggest manufacturing nations. We may take pride of saying that, okay, we do great in service delivery and giving employment. But that is subsistence. Zinda rehne ke liye. Yeah, bhai, dal roti kama lenge. But it is not sustainable. Right. So for a country to be strong, it has to be sustainable. And therefore, this inclusiveness, you have to go through common household database. There's no shortcut for it. You may delay. Now you see the difference. The states which have adopted this model are doing very, very well.
Yes, ma'am.
Within country, if you try to compare the numbers in any of the parameters, you will see the difference.
Yes. Right. Correct me if I am wrong, but I think Uttarakhand is doing best in achieving their SDGs.
That is the claim of the state. You have to have a third-party inspection because you just see the climate thing. You see the kind of incidents that are happening on exploitation. Everything will come into that, right?
Right.
And then you will have to check how much the income levels have gone up.
Right.
Right. So you
because we have 17 goals. It's not to. So
it is not a goal. See, it goes like this. You have to write the objective very well. You have to write the objective that, okay, every household in my state will have a pakka house, a proper toilet. Children going to school will study till class 12. I give them security. I skill them so that after class 12, either they go for higher education or employable. And employable, which is sustainable. This is the graph of a household. Then they are not malnutritioned. If you look from the health point of view, you add all those parameters, right? You don't have stunted children. You don't have this. You don't have this. And then you have to constantly harp on that.
Right.
So it's like a constantly you keep on correcting if there is a mistake. Right, that okay, I am failing on this particular ground, maybe my approach is wrong, I need this kind of a correction.
Right.
Or maybe this particular village or clan or a society is getting left out every time. So if you remember the slogan of SDGs, no one is left behind.
Left behind, right.
It is very clear. So the efforts have to be how to reach the last person in queue, who is not going to approach at all.
Yeah.
He is out. So you have to get hold of that person and bring up. That is very important. So therefore, all these official claims you put under this test, if you qualify, yes, salute to you.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
According to you, any state which is, going ahead with
I will draw the line of Vindhyachal, south of Vindhyas. All states, which includes a part of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, to here, even Odisha to some extent, are doing very, very well.
Yeah,
very, very well. Very, very well.
Especially in education. I have done a few stories. Their education part, they are focusing very much. Okay, ma'am, it's already like time, but still, I have one more question.
Go ahead.
You can. So you have experience in both working in government and corporate boards. So first, I want to understand. I want to know from you, like, what's the one major difference in being working in the government and in the corporate?
See, when you work with the government, your canvas is 1.43 billion population.
Yes.
One good decision, you are looking that the entire stakeholder or the client has to get benefits out of it.
Right.
When you work in a corporate, you are looking at the profits of the corporate. Very, very clear. Absolutely clear. Right.
And ma'am, lastly, like, what, in your experience, what is that one thing that has changed in the past 4 decades, which is actually good for government, for India?
See, one good thing has happened is, we have very good institutions in the country. Now we have to ensure we don't dilute them.
Right.
Whether it's for engineering, medicine, from education point of view, or you had courts for justice, or you had even panchayat courts, right? Where the disputes used to be settled in the panchayats.
Right.
Then you have this reach of information and money and the rights, which has come out very well in last since independence in this country. So see our graph from famine to now food surplus we have reached. Right. So and we are manufacturing a lot of things. So we have to develop on this and grow on this. We have youth population, but we have to ensure they don't become a liability. They have to be an asset. That is very important.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, ma'am. On that note, thank you so much for giving me the time and opportunity. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining Indian Mastermind.
Right, Pallavi. Thank you so much. Right. Okay.
So this was Dr. Aruna Sharma. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. To listen to more such interesting conversations and stories from bureaucracy, like and subscribe Indian Masterminds. Till then, stay tuned and stay curious. Thank you for watching.